Look, to say that I think is very, very hard when you've got vintages like 53, 71, 76, 86, 1990, 2008. I think the one thing that's very consistent with Grange is that we produce greatness all the time. The consistency over, this year is the 60th vintage, the 2010 or 60th release. And it's rare that we make, a subpar Grange. We wouldn't make it otherwise. And myself, I'm the winemaking ambassador. Peter Gago's the man who crafts the wine or leads the team that crafts it. To say it's the greatest ever, I don't think even Peter would say that. I think it's, one of the wines that's part of a wonderful linear collection of heritage and history. The greatest wine I've ever drunk myself, I've been lucky enough to drink the 1953 Penfolds Bin 9 Grange. So little known fact, in 1953 they made two Granges, one from Cabernet, one from Shiraz. And that's probably one of the rarest Granges ever made. And I think for me, and I was very lucky, I drank that before I worked directly with Penfolds. And everyone has a wine epiphany. And it was I think that wine was one of the wine epiphanies I had that really made me dive into wine. Great wines made in the vineyard. And everything went right. The Barossa and South Australia is such a stable region, low disease pressures, and we get all of our rains in winter. So we got really good steady winter rains, nice even ripening through bud burst, veraison, and then into late summer. A little bit of follow-up rain in early summer. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, just everything lined up. The weather gods smiled on us. And we've been extremely lucky, 2008, 2010, and we even say, there's a lot of justified hype and interest around the 2010 Grange, but possibly the 2012 that's coming out, people are talking great things about that as well. So, we're spoilt for riches at the moment, which is a wonderful position to be in. I think a great wine, it's got to have its own style. I think wines that try and chase other people's style, so its own personality, its own opinion perhaps even, I think they're the really great wines. And whether, it's really soundly made or it's a little bit clumsy, whether it's a very vin ordinaire or a stunning Grand Cru, as long as it expresses personality and it does that well, I think that's a great wine. Because, for myself, people assume as the ambassador for Penfolds, I have Yattarna and Grange on my table every night. Sometimes it's, great wines like a very simple, older Canunga Hill that you get the greatest enjoyment of. So as long as they're individual and they do that well, that's a great wine in my mind.